welcome once again, listeners, and this is Fate's Rest. Now, today, we have a friend joining us, and albeit to say, he is probably our number one fan right now, and please welcome Algrad.
Hey guys, I'm Algrad.
Hi,
Algrad.
Hi. It's going well. How are you?
Yeah, it was a long day, but glad to be doing something fun that I enjoy.
Very good, very good. So, as in with all of our guest spots so far, let's hear what your theory as to what happened last time is.
Oh,
because that's what we did to Jake. So
oh
we're
my
gonna do
gosh,
that.
theory to me. I don't know. The last episode I listened to was Jake's, and so the ghost in the tavern was broke, and Silver had just gotten the hat that made him more likable.
He stole the hat.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Hey,
He procured it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Procured. Finders keepers.
And they put they had done put out the fire and everything. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was great. That was the last episode I listened to. So beyond that, I have no idea what's going on at the tavern and stuff aside from bad juju.
Bad juju is correct. Now, without going in and spoiling the next few things for Algrad, at least so he can hear it himself, we're gonna just tell our listeners, hey, go back and listen to those episodes if you don't know what happened.
Do it.
And the spoiler-free review of what happened was stuff and things happened and words were said.
Oh, we
Yes.
did eat food, if that
Exactly.
matters.
Yep.
Always. That being said, we're going to pick up about where we left off last time. And last time, our three adventurers were in the tavern dealing with some shit. And they were about to go down into the gatekeeper's study, which is in the basement, which is creepy and both convenient because it's out of the way, I guess. I don't know.
Wasn't it also inconvenient as well? I should probably have my shield up.
Oh yeah, it's also hidden. Like there's a wall. Forgot about that.
Well, if they need to get into somewhere hidden, I think the first order of business is to go to the Fritz personality. So, no longer a human-looking fellow, now an gray orc-looking fellow.
The belt buckle flips over to a smiley face pumpkin.
Now,
No longer the frowny face pumpkin.
no,
Yes.
his would totally be the eagle spirit.
Oh, it'd just be an eagle.
Mhm.
That's fair. The other one's still a pumpkin.
He would have done the other face there, but once the eagle thing happened, it's become the eagle.
It's fair.
Okay.
All right. So, the bartender Leaf, he kind of tells you where to go to get to the basement, and it says the door is unlocked. I'm gonna go in the kitchen here, and I don't know. And he walks through the kitchen door, and you hear a bunch of clatter, like some shit fell on the ground, and he screams at the top of his lungs for no reason.
Well, I'm gonna just go in the kitchen after him to figure out why he screamed.
Okay, you walk in the kitchen, and he seems to be like the scream never happened. He looks like he's cooking something.
It's when
Are you all right?
You forget that you.
Oh, I'll be just fine. Yay! Great.
So
He looks all depressed now as he's cooking some eggs.
All right.
I do my. Tell you, my personal theory. When you forget you can't walk through a rack anymore, and you walk through a rack and knock everything over, or nearly knock everything over. That's my theory.
I'll just reemerge and move toward the door we were gestured to, and just. He seems to be all right. I'm not sure what that was about.
Maybe he just needed to scream into the void.
I understand that sometimes.
Alright, well, I'm a go. She's just gonna start going down.
Yep. You open the cellar door and descend the stairs. And the three of you give me perception checks.
It's not a hidden sun down here, is there? Oh,
No.
Thank God.
It's a normal cellar.
There's that moment when you just have a basement sun.
Okay. That is a 5 for normal, but a 17 for sight-based.
Alright. Well, site-based. It's dimly lit room, so it's not like darkness or whatever.
I have dark vision anyway.
We'll be 13.
13. 17, 13.
Don't worry about Fritz.
No. I need to know what the number
I got a
is.
4.
You stole my number.
Fritz is inner monologuing. Fritz is inner monologuing with himself. So he's not paying attention. And the three of you go down here, and Callie and Yulby will both notice that, I mean, it looks like a regular tavern cellar. There's big casks of wine, there's ale barrels, there's whiskey barrels, there's bottles of different types of booze on a wall. And then there's this shelf of about 30 different colored bottles that are all empty. And it seems oddly out of place.
Did either of you catch what he said we were supposed to do once we came down here?
He just said the door was open.
Gonna look around for a door.
You don't see a door in the cellar other than the one that leaves the
I
cellar.
mean, I gathered that, but had to be sure.
It's fair.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna start walking around and poking at things to try to figure out what was happening.
Yep. Give me an investigation. And whoever wants to investigate the cellar, give me investigation.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
That's a 5.
4.
5. 4.
22.
Okay.
And that's kind of a garbage roll for Fritz too.
All right. So, the 4 and the 5. You kind of notice that the all of the bottles, all those multicolored bottles that are empty, they all look clean and polished, like they were purposely put there. Zug, or technically Fritz right now, because he wasn't paying attention when he came down here, he didn't see it. He walked into one of the wine casks, the big one, and it sounds completely hollow.
I love when you find things basically by accident. He's gonna hit the wine rack a little bit harder so the sound is more noticeable.
It actually almost has like a metal sound to it when you hit this big old wooden barrel.
And then kind of look around for a way to open said door.
Alright, so on this barrel, There's not a spigot for the wine to come out, and there's not any keyhole or anything. There is a little plate that kind of sticks off the front of it. It seems to have an indentation of the bottom of a bottle on it.
Okay, so you just kind of press at the indentation.
The plate goes down, but nothing happens. Like you start feeling resistance as it starts to go down, like it's not right.
Well, apparently that's the start of something.
Start of what?
You press this plate and something moves for going through here, but
Oh, you're supposed to
I
put
don't.
food on it?
it's worth a shot.
He is a god. Is this how he asks for offerings? Because this is one of the most convoluted ways I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, you have met him, right?
Unfortunately.
I would not put any measure of convolutedness towards this one.
I'm gonna take out whatever breads I've got and put it on the plate.
It goes down a little bit and then stops and then bounces back up to the top.
Fine then. Don't take my bread. I'll put it back. Actually, I'm gonna take a bite out of it first and then put it back.
You've got this plate. It seems to like try to click when it goes down, but it doesn't. It just like almost like it's grinding against something and then bounces back up. Like it's not the right weight.
I, as Avon, know what I'm supposed to do. You'll on the other hand, has yet to figure it out.
Yeah, I have that problem with Callie rolled a 5 in the investigation. I don't think she's gonna realize that this little plate has the exact indentation of the bottom of a bottle. Like it's just a little plate, right, with a circle inside. So I'm trying to play to that, but I'm pretty sure I know what we're supposed to do here. I'm gonna look over at Fritz, because he's Fritz presently, and just
Correct.
I believe you said that you were skilled with, I guess tasks that take a little more dexterity, didn't you? Skilled with your
I mean,
hands?
that's more of what Sig says. He calls me sticky fingers, but
Yes, something like that. Perhaps it was him I heard it from. You wouldn't think there was a way to trick the door? Just open the lock without, having the right key?
suppose there's always a attempt for that. Need to find something that's at least close to the key, so I guess investigate more what's going on. You can't get in my dice tray, I'm sorry.
So if you want to start looking for something that resembles the key, or maybe try to find a way to circumvent it, whoever's going to help look for that, roll me an investigation.
I was gonna start tapping on the wine bottles to see if they sound different.
Go for it. I mean, they most of the wine bottles sound the same, and then you get a couple of them that are. Tell you what, you're tapping them. Give me a perception check. It's sound based.
About to be real sad. It almost rolled on a 6. I was like, no, not again. No, it will be a 20 this time around. It flipped over to the 14.
A 20. Alright, so as you're tapping these wine bottles, you notice a couple of them, even though they're sealed with the wax seal and the cork, they don't sound full. Like, they sound half empty. Or mostly empty, or partially empty. There's about 4 of them.
Aha. I'm gonna see if I can make a song out of this. Because this is what I'm doing.
Roll performance.
Hey, 26.
26. What song does Yulby play? Because it's pretty good.
I'm not sure what she'll play. She'll probably play something like... Man... Something like action-packed adventure, you know? Something real fast and real high and clinky.
My brain was
Almost sounds like a barrel drum.
my brain was thinking 99 bottles.
If there were 99 bottles, maybe. But Tex did not tell us how many bottles there were as an option.
There are... Hold on. I'll check. I have dice for that. There's 79.
At a glance, I could almost see it. Okay. Yeah, sure. It'll be something close to along to 99 bottles. But she'll play it fast. Because that's more fun.
Fashion
Yeah.
action packed. Whoever's in the two of you that are possibly investigating the barrel here to see if you can circumvent this lock, what are those rolls?
Kelly straight up told him to do it, so she's just kind of waiting.
Just standing there.
26.
26. All right. Well, with a 26, you notice that the weighted plate in the front of it, has a spring mechanism that can be disabled.
Okay, so going to disable said spring mechanism then.
Do you have... I have to ask this, but do you have proficiency with thieves' tools?
With thieves' tools, yes,
ask.
and I have expertise in sleight of hand.
Well, roll that. Look, I have to ask, man.
Rogue boy.
'Cause rogues.
That's an 18 plus 13, 31.
Yeah, you pretty easily just kind of pop the spring off. You don't practically do it one-handed. Like it didn't even register as a lock.
There was a spring and there wasn't a spring.
And the casket pops open as 79 bottles of wine is being played in the background. And before you is a deceptively large room. There's a few bookcases, there's a big old desk, a really fancy chair, and some papers on the desk. It's a very ornate room. Not something you would see a god having, but maybe someone who runs a business.
It's almost like this
You
god
said
runs a
papers on the
business.
desk, right?
Like Mr. Burns' office.
You said papers on the desk, right?
Yeah, papers on the desk.
That's where Fritz is going as soon as he's able to enter.
First
I'm
one
gonna
in.
go over to Yulby and playfully tap on like the rack itself to like add a little bit of percussion for just a moment, to, like round out the song with a smile over at her, and then just we got it open. It's time to go.
Oh, alright. She's gonna grab those 4 bottles that she was playing with specifically.
Yeah. Had 4 partially filled bottles of wine. of let's see, what type of wine is it? Elderberry wine, because that's something that damn Dragonborn would have.
Okay.
And Fritz, I need a dexterity save as you walk into the office.
Okay.
This is why I don't go first anymore.
He'll probably pass.
How does a 27 do?
Yeah, you kind of sidestep as a bottle of some kind of liquid falls to the ground next to you.
Can he catch the liquid instead?
What was your roll?
27.
Yeah, you can catch it.
Gotta catch it, give it a little bit of a sniff, like, what's this?
It smells horrible. Like the worst smelling thing on the planet.
So he's gonna make a note that he needs to give this to somebody and find something to cap it.
It has a cork on it
Oh, cool.
already.
He's gonna cap it and then
That's okay.
figure out who's
It's
gonna.
one of those throwing flasks.
Go figure out who he's gonna give it to now.
Of a bottle of weaponized stink.
Ooh, fun.
Sounds about right.
All right, so you're in the office. Check out the papers, correct?
Yep.
So most of them are like receipts and like ledger papers and stuff like that. But as you're digging through, you find one that is a letter. And it's actually addressed to the three of you. Technically four of you. It has all four of your names on there.
I assume.
Well, apparently our patron of the bars is a bit of a sweetheart on us. Got a letter for us here, and watch out when you enter. It's definitely trapped. You kind of like shake the bottle he's still holding.
Callie will enter cautiously,
putting it
looking
away.
up to make sure that if there's more bottles, she doesn't get hit.
Nothing happens as y'all.
Yobi would just put her arm over her head because her shield's on it.
Yeah, nothing happens as you two walk in.
Yeah, walk on over to join our companion.
Yep. And as you look over this letter, I don't know who reads it out loud, but it'll be whoever's voice reads it out loud. It says each of your names: Sigtrigger, Fritz. It says Callie's full name, which escapes me right now, and Yulby.
Helieth.
There, yeah. I'm looking at your sheet, and I didn't even notice it. It's been a long day. And it says all of your names in full. And it says, if you are reading this, 1, you have broken into my study, into my office. For that, one of you will probably need to take a tomato bath to get rid of the stink. 2,
Look at him underestimating us.
most likely, if you are in the study, if you've come down to the study, I have been missing from the tavern for a few days. Which means my magic is running out. Which means you need to find... Or you need to go acquire what's the wording for this? Because I didn't have this written down. My soul crystal. It has enough magic in it to run the tavern indefinitely. The way the gateways stay open and no one is locked out of their homes.
Does it say anywhere like where this could be?
As you're looking through the letter, it goes over a bunch of stuff about what this crystal does, and a bunch of stuff that he's just like ranting about, breaking into his office, and he's going back and forth like he's being bipolar about it. And at the end of it, it says, somewhere in my desk, or on top of the desk, there is a key that will fit a keyhole in the back of this room that will take you to the emergency exit of the tavern, which is where you will find the stone.
Gonna read that and then just start rummaging through the desk. Entirely without shame, just like, well, this is a thing I'm doing.
Investigation.
I have a question.
With advantage, because you know what you're looking for.
I have a question. So
Yes.
the soul crystal explain what it does, but does he explain what it is?
So throughout it, it will explain that the soul crystal is a spark stone that he has been infusing with his divine powers for a few years to run the tavern in case he ever disappeared or something ever happened where he was indisposed.
Okay, cool beans.
So we know we're looking for a Sparkstone then.
Yeah.
Well, that was a whopping
It's one of those things you'll know it.
That
when
was
you
a
see it.
whopping 6. I think how she's going about this, like, you know how most desks you can pull, and if you like lift up on the drawers a little, you can pull the drawer out, right? So I feel like she's
Yeah.
pulling a drawer out, dumping it on the desk, putting it back, pulling another one out, dumping.
I say you do all that with all 4 drawers. You go through all the stuff that's on the desk and you don't find the key. Like, there's no key here. Like, where's it at?
I'm gonna start just one by one, let it like push the paper off the side of the desk. Just let it fly off, and then it'll do that back and forth and subtly get to the ground. Just to help her look for it.
Yeah. I guess give me one more investigation.
Who? Me?
Yes.
Okey-dokey.
You now have help.
Please
so-
don't make Yilby do it. That's a -2, my dude.
I said you now have help. Calm down.
Well, the next roll was an 8, so we're still great at this. Good job, Kelly.
8. You have knocked all of the papers and all of the little trinkets, and there's a bunch of dice, like a whole big bag of dice that you just kind of knock onto the floor,
Oh, what did I roll?
and no key. 372.
Beautiful.
Yulby gets distracted for the next 10 minutes as she counts what she rolled.
But yet you have yet to find the key.
I'm gonna shrug a little bit. I'm like, well, just about as useful as always. I'm gonna go look for the keyhole now. Because I don't know, sometimes keys are weird objects found in a junk room.
Oh, like instead of an actual key, it would look like, I don't know, it's a heart crystal, and you gotta put the crystal in, and that's actually the key.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or maybe it's one of the dice, right? I don't know.
Maybe. You're looking for the keyhole. I'm going to say you find it pretty easily. It's in the stone. There's this big metal frame around it, like it's a light switch frame with the keyhole in the middle of it. He's not trying to hide the key. They're not trying to hide the
Does it
keyhole at all.
look like a regular
just there.
keyhole?
Yeah, like almost as if it's one of the ones that would go to the
Okay,
tavern.
can I try the tavern key I have?
You sure can. When you go to turn it, nothing happens. It doesn't turn. Callie, give me a perception check.
Site-based or regular?
I'm gonna say sight-based.
Yay! That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, you don't find anything there.
Sad.
All right. At this point in time, I imagine Fritz is probably dying laughing as he watches the two of you.
I'm gonna throw one of the little dice at Fritz. I'd like it to be a D12 if it's any different size of dice.
It's a D4.
I don't want a D4.
You
No, I don't want the
sharp
sharp one. I said the D12.
Okay, fine. It's a D,
Doesn't want to harm
it's a
him.
D.
Just,
It's a D. It's a D12. That's fine. It's whatever.
Slightly blunt enough to not hurt too much.
You find in this dice bag 4 full sets of D&D dice and 1 D100.
I wonder what kind of games you play
And a
with
paper.
this. What does the paper say?
It's a rolled up note that says, "I am assuming the 3 of you have made a mess of my disc. Do not worry. Leaf will clean it up."
I will show the other two the note. Oh man.
When you go to show Callie this note, roll me a perception check.
Who? You'll
How's
be
a
or
10?
Callie? Okay.
10. So as you look at Callie, as you go to show her this note, you see this little iron key kind of just hanging from her sleeve.
From Callie's sleeve?
Yes.
There's supposed to be a key there. Has that always been there?
At that, Fritz would audibly snort.
Look down, grab it, look at it, look over at Fritz, and just, did you do this?
Guilty as charged.
There's, you get to see a little bit of a face journey, like an emotions journey across your face, right? Like, the initial is like anger and like almost wanting to like throw this key at him, but then it's like, okay, if I throw it at him, then I'm not gonna have it again. And it's like kind of calming down, and then just annoyed, and then she turns away from him.
I hand her a D4. Because I'm gonna take that bag of dice at this point.
You're gonna take,
You have a bag of dice.
takes
in
this
your
D4,
inventory.
looks at it, chucks it at Fritz, and then we'll try the key in the door.
As you turn the key in the door, a whole section of this wall kind of splits and begins to open. And before you looks like a very well put together room. Kind of like something you'd find at a very fancy inn or hotel.
Like a bedroom?
Yeah. It's got some bright blues and greens and stone walls, and it's very, very, very fancy and significantly better than the stuff of the tavern.
I'm gonna go in.
Gonna go in.
I thought he said this was an emergency exit.
That is what I remember
There's a-
hearing. I'm gonna carefully watch Yulby to see if there's any booby traps in this room.
I'm pretty,
No booby traps.
I'm pretty sure putting your room in emergency exit is probably against some kind of rule.
Maybe it's just an emergency exit for him personally? Just lock yourself in your room until the danger passes?
Well, I've heard about those kind of places.
Gonna tentatively follow Yulby into the room. Kelly's gotten hit by traps like 7 times this campaign, okay? Entering rooms is scary. I don't know what to tell you.
Yulby and Callie have entered the room. Does Fritz enter the room?
I think Fritz would kind of just wait a little bit longer, decide against his better judgment, and then follow them in.
So you walk into the room, and the door doesn't close behind you, so don't worry about that.
I did think that's what you were about to say, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that mean, okay? Across on the other side of this room, now that you're all the way in here, there is another door. And the room actually lights up a bit. It's like you just went from a cellar to a second story room with a window, which is magic. And outside this door, as you open it and move, if you decide to go out into the room as it opens, it's a hallway with a few more doors, like a hotel hallway. Nothing much of note in the room that you walked into, other than a fancy bed, side table with no drawer, and a chair. There's no wardrobe. There's no closet, bathroom.
No, nothing to like poke our heads into further.
Before we move on, though, I would like to check the bed, like check under the pillow, check under the mattress, that sort of thing.
You don't have to roll for this. You don't. You the mattress is very fancy. The bedding is very fancy. It's really soft, probably very comfortable. You don't find anything out of place. It actually looks extremely clean.
Okay.
Okay, I know what I need to do in this hallway. I need to open all the doors.
Yes.
Well, as you walk out into the hallway, our new friend here, Ograd, from inside one of these rooms, you will hear people wandering around in the hallway and making all of this noise.
Is somebody out there?
Hello? I gotta go listen to the doors.
Who's out there? I can hear you.
You easily find the door that you hear the talking coming from.
Well, I'm me. Who are you?
I'm Triplin.
Well, hard to be tripping anybody. Especially behind a door.
Like I haven't heard that one before. Can you open this door for me, please?
Maybe I can. Yobi's just gonna try and open the door.
Right. All right. So give me. This is Yobi we're talking about here. There's not a luck stat in D&D, so you know what? Just give me a charisma. I want a basic charisma roll.
18?
18. So as you go to turn this handle, it like fights you a little bit as you try to turn it, but you eventually get it to click all the way open. And you
Aha!
open the door. And before you stands Ograd, would you introduce your character?
So I'm a middle-aged man, long beard, overgrown, kind of woolly right now, but very tall, probably really good looking. If he didn't have this long, scraggly beard and hair that looks a little frazzled right now, just wearing regular leather clothing, stuff that you would go tromping around the woods in. Yep.
Is he human?
Yes, human. Yeah, duh. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. If you knew how long I've been in there.
Was there a reason you didn't open the door on your own?
I couldn't. I've tried. I've been in there for I don't know how long.
Kelly looks concerned. Is gonna look back at Fritz to see if he's around.
Fritz, with your big old hat, where you at?
I mean, it's just kind of in that room, kind of. I mean, would have been kind of following, but not too close.
Not far behind.
Why
you.
were you stuck in the room?
I don't know. I do spend time in the taverns, but I was in a tavern and then I was here and I've been here for I don't more days than I can remember.
That's a lot of days. I'm gonna see if the door was glued shut or something.
So as you look at this door, you look on the inside of this door. There is no door handle. Like, it's just a flat door, and it almost looks as if you were to pull. If you pulled that door shut, it looks like it's one solid wall.
Weird.
You weren't some sort of prisoner here, were you?
I mean, if I did anything, I don't know what I did. I've just been in here. No one. I've heard almost nothing the entire time I've been here. There's no windows, no doors, no anything. No way to judge the passage of time or anything. I've slept, ate. That's it.
So, I have a side question. If no one came to get you, no one's let you out, no one's done anything, how did you eat? What did you eat?
It would just appear if I went to sleep. When I woke up on the nightstand, there would be food when I woke up and drink.
What?
Usually, it was just some meat, bread, and water.
Does sound like some kind of prison of some sort.
Yes. What world do you hail from? Do you know?
It eludes me now. I can't think of what that was. It was so long ago.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a good answer.
So you don't remember your world at all?
I know I liked the taverns and to drink in them.
Well, there's taverns in many different worlds as far as I've understood it. I don't know that we'll be able to return you home until...
We find the
No.
gatekeeper.
Yeah, until we find the gatekeeper and you remember anything about where you're from.
Are you sure you don't know where I'm from? You seem to know much more about this place than I do.
Do you remember, perchance, a rotund black dragonborn?
Give me a history check there. Triple.
Right. What's my history? I'm a dumb boy, I think. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. That is a 10.
10. You have no recollection of any Dragonborns. In fact, you don't even know what a Dragonborn is.
The only dragons I know about are the ones that fly and kill people.
Excuse me?
Well, I think it's safe to assume that it's a different world situation. They might not be as friendly as you.
Yeah. Maybe his memories are behind one of these other doors.
I don't know. They've said it connects to different worlds all over the place. Who's to say the world he comes from, dragons aren't some terrible things, kind of like my people, where they kill on sight for fun and sport. Not every world's the same. Not every city's the same.
I
And not
suppose-
every people's the same.
I suppose not every dragon either. Well, in that case, what did you say your name was again?
Triplin.
Trippin'.
Triplin. I can't say I know too much more about this place than I've already told you. I've only gleaned what I could from asking questions every time I visited. But
What do you even mean, different world? There's only one world that I'm aware of.
well, you're not
Well,
aware
I'm
of
not
it.
even really aware of that.
Well, let's just say this tavern is like a rest stop for many different worlds. It has
Wait, where?
passages between them.
We're in a tavern now.
I don't know. This
In a
is supposed to
roundabout
be
fashion.
this is supposed to be the emergency exit.
I could
Fair.
use a drink. I could use a drink.
We can see if the bartender up top side is still willing to pour. I guess we could pour.
No, wait, here. I got a bottle. I'm just gonna hand him one of the elderberry bottles.
I'm gonna see
You-
if our gatekeeper friend's a strong word. Left any notes about Triplin down here. He's gonna turn
Yes.
back around to the gatekeeper's office. Look through
I'm gonna
this stuff.
sniff the elderberry wine.
Sniff the elderberry wine.
Yeah.
It's strong. It's old. It's strong.
I'll take a swig. Why not? It's been a long time since I've had a drink.
Hey, wine not.
Give me a con save with disadvantage because you just said it's been a long time. And Zug, give me an investigation as you look for paperwork on Triplet.
That's 24.
You find nothing mentioning Triplet. You do find something mentioning something about a safe place in a haunted hotel.
It's a 9, by the way.
9. You are very tipsy right now, my friend.
Yay.
I'm not gonna say drunk because it's wine. If you get drunk off wine, you're fucked. I'm sorry.
Triplin, I know you said that there was only so much in this room with you, but you didn't happen to see any sort of magic stones of any sort or hear about them? Perhaps through the door?
I heard a female voice from time to time and like shuffling, but I didn't even know where the door was that y'all came through. Really, there was just the bed, the nightstand, and that's really it.
Oh yeah, like look, I'll close the door, and then the door will disappear in the wall.
Oh God, did I step out of the room?
Did you?
Is Yulby in the room?
No, I imagine she'd be standing at the door.
Okay.
I'm not gonna walk into some
So,
weird man's
with-
bedroom, prison room. I hardly know him. Thank you very much.
You haven't even told me your name yet.
Yeah, at least by dinner first. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We have to go to sleep first to get the food. Oh wow, that's.
I'm a little concerned.
That came out wrong.
The dots that were connected just then.
That came out way wrong.
Don't dwell on
Hey,
that.
just a quick question. You said there were a couple of different doors in this hallway. Did the door that we found Triplin in happen to be to the right?
Yes,
That
actually
tracks.
it did.
Ah, nuts. I'm gonna look at him strangely and then go move to the next door.
I'm gonna step out into the hallway, almost saunter. I'll say saunter. Since I,
Following close behind them.
yeah,
You can keep that bottle.
I believe I will.
Fritz comes back from the office, very smug and proud of himself.
I like your hat.
Well, thank you. The other one got it. I'm Fritz, by the way.
There's only one of you. And
So, long story. Let's just say there's the easy way around it. There's 2 personalities and 1 body.
Well, he also
Isn't
has
it
2
the same
faces
here?
now.
That's true. It is technically. It's almost like 2 bodies now, if you think about it.
peculiar troop.
Also look at him a little concerned. I'm very concerned right now. I want to open the next door. That's the easiest thing. Please and thank you.
Oh, and by the way, Leaf won't have to put the desk back. I took care of it.
Oh?
I made sure it was all wrong.
Oh. Wonderful.
Oh, like you put his pens on the right side instead of the left side, or is it the
and
other
then
way?
make sure the drawers weren't all in the same place either. Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
They're all lopsided and not in the track properly. He may have dumped a bottle of ink in one of the drawers.
One of the drawers might be in upside down. I mean,
Good.
Wonderful.
And as you go to open the next door, this is where we will stop for the night because we are running low on
Oops.
time.
bum, 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 bum.
Ta-da. All right. We have introduced our new guest.
I guess you'll have to show up for next time unless you're going to disappear into a wall again, sir.
we,
Finds another room to hide
we
in.
start the next episode. Yilby just shoves him in a door and closes it. It's fine.
I'll make
That
sure
is a
he's on the
valid
left
concern.
side.
That is a valid concern of mine.
So maybe show up for the next recording and save your poor character.
Now, with our guests, we like to give them a little bit of time to go over who they are and what they do, and anything they might want to plug. So please, the stage is yours.
Like Tex said earlier, I'm Algrad. I am just a fan of the show, to be honest with you. I've been into D&D for I don't know, probably 20 plus years now. That my best friend introduced me to, and got out of it for a little while, but getting back into it now, and just found the podcast and enjoy it greatly. Interacting with all of these folks has been fantastic on Discord, so definitely if you're not, get on there. They're awesome people, great. That's one of the things I love about this podcast is they're just so real, easy to get in touch with and to talk to and just have a good time with. So, yeah.
And if you go on the Discord, you can enjoy my newest thing is my daily dad joke. So there's that fun time too.
Those are fun. Those are fantastic. I love it.
Unless you're me and you just groan every day you see it.
Well, I think Silver took my job of Discord, so I'll talk about, if you liked this episode, if you liked us having a guest, if you had fun, rate us on whatever your podcatcher is. Give us all the stars.
Or no stars. Whatever. I don't care. Be truthful.
True to your
Um,
heart.
Oh, but no one took my job this time, so check out our social media. Fates Rest on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Come talk to us. We got stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Been updating it every week. And lastly, as always, I leave you with the topic of the week. And this time, it pretty much ties into this, but I want to hear about the weirdest NPC your characters have ever met.
Weirdest.
Those are typically like the most off the wall, the most unique, the most like flamboyant, I guess. The one that sticks in your mind the most.
Well, I mean, I could tell you my favorite NPC. But that's spoilers.
I feel like one could argue he's also the most flamboyant.
There's also that, yes.
Trying to think of some fun NPCs that I've been introduced to for just oddballs.
I know the weirdest
My
NPC that
favorite
I've
one that happens to be a mobster.
made. Does that count? From a DM
I
perspective?
mean, that works too. That's fine.
I would keep that.
Yeah. We'll see why not. Well, we'll see you in the Discord.
See you then.
And as always,
We love you.
We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.